Then you see a pack of Hell's Angels going by, people are going to want to look. Next thing you know, cars, because they're just staring at us and not paying attention to stop traffic.
If you wanted to break the law on an everyday norm, you should have joined a street gang. That's what they're known for. That's what they do. You're not allowed to steal cars on my block. We steal those cars.
I mean, it was so bad by us in Vegas. I was in the pool swimming, and the guys came back. Hey, Pee-wee, the cops are here. They want to talk to you. I said, well, go talk to them. Find out what they want. And they came back. They go, they want to talk to you.
Typically, if you leave the club, if you haven't been in for 10 years, you're automatically out back.
Got put out in 2006. Back in 2007, wound up going into Cannon. 2011. Came out of there. I had 4.5 years to walk off with zero support from that club.
Welcome to this episode of Chattin With Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today we're going to talk about this crazy situation where 7 people were arrested in a Hells Angels linked car theft scheme where they raked in $1.73 million. And shout out to the person who made the comment. They didn't like the intro and they don't like when I give shout outs and they don't like this and that. Then don't watch. I don't give a fuck. Like, I really don't care. If you don't like it, don't watch. Cool. I mean, I'm okay with you not watching. But shout out to everybody that does watch, because I got a lot of people who support the show. You know, some people ain't going to like it. And I know that. That's fine. But shout out to everybody that does like this show. I appreciate you taking the time. If you like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you could get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother's sister's friend about Chattin With Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. And if your cousin don't like it, so what? I don't care. If you want to donate to the show, you can hit up the Cash App at Chattin With Staxx, or you can hit up Venmo, PayPal, Super Stickers, Super Chat, Zelle, all that good stuff. And if you want to tell your story on Chattin With Staxx, just email me at billstaxx2021@gmail.com. We got a great show for you guys today. I just finished up an interview, pretty wild one. You guys are going to like this one. It's quite different. This guy's legal name is The Scary Guy. If you guys haven't heard of him, his legal name, that's his legal name, The Scary Guy. And he tells me his story. It's a pretty wild one. Here, here's a shout out video. Check it out.
This is The Scary Guy, and I am chatting with Staxx. Staxx, baby.
Interview coming soon. And we got Alex Gold. You guys might remember her from telling her story about being held captive by a motorcycle club president. In this interview, she names the club. Check it out.
Hi, everybody. I am Alex Gold, and I am Chattin With Staxx.
A lot of good interviews. If you want to see them first, just join the membership and you'll be able to see them first. Shout out to everybody out there. Keegan, how are you? Kurt, what's good? Thank you for joining me. Kurt says I was playing catch up. I was locked up in the EMDC, London, Ontario for 5 days. Damn, man. Welcome home. That sucks. Hey, Ken, what's good, man? Wild card, how are you? Pepper, what's going on? Thank you guys all for joining me today. Social Rejects is in the building. Yeah, the Scary Guy's a cool guy. He's definitely cool as hell. He told me some pretty good stories. And believe it or not, he's like a motivational speaker type person. And people wouldn't think so, but he speaks at militaries and for the military, all kinds of different places, for police stations, different corporate events, and all kinds. He's a very intellectual person, so the interview is pretty good. But we got a wild story for you guys today. We got some crazy stuff going on. We're going to be in Canada for most of this, but we are also going to be in Australia and Massachusetts. Listen to this crazy shit. Men found dead, one with pitchfork in his head in Fall River. Suspect is facing murder charges. Let me see if I can get you guys this video. Here, I got a video for you guys, so let's check out this video. Dude found with a pitchfork in his head. Like, what the fuck is that?
In Fall River this noon, a man facing murder charges in the deaths of two other men. One who was found with a pitchfork in the back of his head. Police say the suspect, 28-year-old Vitor Francisco Gomes, was arrested about a block from the scene. The victims have been identified as 20-year-old Pablo Enrique Rocha da Silva of Whitman and 19-year-old Eduardo Cardosa da Silva of Fall River. Gomes is expected to face a judge today.
And let me guess, he's an illegal, right? Let me guess. He was in this country illegally, right? When that happened. Probably. Most likely. I don't know what it's going to take. You guys see what's happening in Belfast. They're not playing games out there. This man tried to behead somebody in the street, and the civilians are not having it. They're not having it. They took to the streets. They're burning shit. They're letting it be known they are not playing games. So, I mean, they shouldn't. I don't think they should play games. I mean, they're fighting to get them out, right? United States is fighting to keep them in. You got all these people with blue hair trying to keep them in this country. It's insane. Until it happens to their family, then they will wake up and see the truth of what's really going on. But it's really insane. We got another crazy story. Man kept girlfriend locked up for months. Listen to this wild shit. So man locked girlfriend in his house after just a few months of dating. Like, he just met this girl, right? So he locked her up in his house, and he threatened to kill her and her family if she ever tried to leave. And they just started dating. Like, he just met her. A Texas man allegedly threatened to kill his girlfriend if she left his house. I don't even think it was his girlfriend. Adrian Longoria, 32 years old, was arrested on Sunday after witnesses reported a disturbance in San Antonio, Texas truck stop. According to reports from San Antonio Police Department that was obtained by the local news, officers responded to the Flying J Travel Center and spoke to a witness who said Longoria was chasing his girlfriend around with a gun and threatening to kill her if she didn't get in his car. Wow. When police found the woman, they said that she had a black eye and several visible bruises all over her body. Longoria denied that he assaulted the woman and told police that that the bruises were from a previous fight. Oh, so he didn't bruise her then. It was from another fight that they got into. Officers spoke to the woman who told them that she had known Longoria a few months and had an intimate relationship with him. According to reports, the woman said she went to live with Longoria at his home in Kiblo, Texas, after she left a rehab at the end of May. So this is recent, right? It's like 11 days or something. She said that 2 days after she arrived, she tried to leave, but Longoria would not let her leave, according to reports. When the woman approached the front door of Longoria's home, he allegedly stood in front of the door, pointed a gun at her, and told her, "If you try to leave or escape, I will you and your family." Police said Longoria held the woman at his home against her will for several days, during which time he assaulted her and refused to let her leave. He also took her phone from her and told the woman told police that she'd lose Longoria's phone to contact her family. Longoria was arrested and charged with kidnapping, currently in custody at the Adult Correctional Center, and he's being held on a $50,000 bond. That ain't shit. His next court date was not publicly available. $50,000, like that's a little weak, don't you think? I mean, hey, what's going on, man? Shout out to everybody in Belfast. Yeah, it's crazy what they're going through right now. Hey, Wilson, what's going on? Fall River is about 10 minutes away from me. So I went on vacation last summer near Fall River. Right there. I was in near Boston and all around that area. Belfast has been through the IRA wars. So now the Protestants and the Catholics are getting together. They're getting together and they are fighting against all these immigrant things. And they never used to get along. And now they're getting together, the Protestants and the Catholics. It's insane. I mean, you can't make this up. What's going on? Real G's post bail. Don't kid yourself. Yeah, this kid probably has a detainer on him for he's probably an illegal too. I would guess. Who knows, man? A lot of the people that are getting arrested are illegals and they get sent back right after, right? So let's see here. Lincoln man severely injured in a motorcycle crash south of the city. This is out of Missouri. A Lincoln man suffered serious injuries after his motorcycle went off a Brent County road south of the city on Wednesday, June 10th. Missouri State Highway Patrol said a 52-year-old man failed to navigate a curve as he was riding a Suzuki along Carpet Barn Road just south of Route H around 7 a.m. Troopers said the motorcycle went off the right side of the roadway and struck a steel fence. He was flown to Columbia Hospital for treatment and serious injuries. Troopers noted that the man had been wearing the proper safety equipment at the time of the crash. The Highway Patrol is investigating this crash. It seems too often that these crashes are happening more often. It is getting crazy. So there was a huge before we talk about that, did you guys know they're making a movie about Sonny Barger's life? And guess who's gonna play Sonny Barger? Can you guess? Any guesses? You guessed it. Jason Momoa is gonna play Sonny Barger. So, well, it looks like Jason Momoa is attaching himself to yet another biker project. He is set to play Hells Angels leader Sonny Barger in a feature film adaptation titled Hells Angels, based on autobiographical book hailing from the writer Jason Schwab, who recently enlisted Miles Teller for his new West Texas drug cop thriller Copperhead. The project's announcement was snuck into Dateline's casting reveal for Copperhead, as Schwab is set to write, direct, Momoa-produced biker flick based on Sonny Barger's very popular autobiography. An infamous outlaw biker collective that was created in Oakland, California, had been famously documented by the author and gonzo journalist Hunter S. Thompson in the 1960s and ended up writing his own Hell's Angel book. Barger's book was likely designed to counter the unflattering image painted by Thompson, usually unfazed writer walking away with a horrible impression. Thompson, you remember they confronted him on that show, right? Thompson in 1967 being confronted by members of the gang, it says here, for his narrative writings or his negative writings of the nomadic outsiders, witnesses domestic abuse by other criminal activities by the global criminal syndicate, while chapters in across the world evolved for decades in murder plots, extortion, sex trafficking, and one of the biggest sellers of illicit drugs, meth, heroin, fentanyl, crack cocaine, and other opioids. One of the more famous events was the Rolling Stones concert. They did security for the concert in 1969, where there were 4 deaths, including a homicide of a black teenager, Meredith Hunter, who was brutally beaten and stabbed by members of the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club. During the 60s and the 70s, the exploits inspired a string of motorcycle club biker movies, most made for drive-ins, like Easy Rider, with actors Peter Fonda, and The Wild Angels by Jack Nicholson, and Hell on Wheels. Their official log line for the Barger book, Hell's Angels. So you can get it on Amazon. So what do you guys think of that? He is going to be, it says, as you have already guessed, Momoa is obsessed with the biker culture, as explained in HBO Max series On the Room. Momoa also linked up with Kurt Sutter of Sons of Anarchy and Mayans MC for the New Zealand biker set series Nomad, which will also follow a real-life biker gang, just like what is expected with the Hells Angels. Dramatic licensing, fictionalized events will likely be applied. So keep that in mind. So they're likely not going to be wearing any real cuts or any of that stuff. They can't do that, I don't think, with the movie. Even some of the movies that he did, right? He did some where they did wear real cuts, but I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. It'll be interesting to see. Pepper says, I can't stand Jason. Yeah, I don't know if he's a good part for to play Sonny Barger. I don't know. We'll see, right? So the police are pretty nervous because there's a Hells Angel, or no, there's an outlaw get together coming up. Nelson Police Department is advising the public to be increased presence, that there will be an increased presence of the outlaw motorcycle gang members, numerous clubs and chapters in and around the community of Nelson. This is up in Canada, I believe, right? On the area's highways over the weekend on June 12th, Friday, until Sunday, June 14th, 2026. Police are expected to, in excess of 50 OMG club members to be in the community over the weekend, and will have a high visibility throughout the area. Police have been working with other law enforcement intelligence agencies in the province to issue coordinated approach in taking extra resources. We'll be working over the weekend to ensure public safety and public order. You see, that's the type of shit that they do wrong. Like, it seems like they have a problem with these people coming to their community, but they're not criminals. These guys aren't coming to smash up your community. I said it 100 times. They're coming to spend money and eat dinner at your fucking restaurants, But these guys want to be like, oh, be on high alert. These guys are coming to town. They're not bad people. So, I mean, just because you hear of sporadic situations all over the country, right, or all over the world, it doesn't mean that when they have these motorcycle club events, there's families there, there's kids there, people bring their wives. Like, it's not a place where people get all crazy and rowdy. I don't know about the end of the night when people are drinking and stuff like that, but during the day, I mean, they're not coming there to start trouble or smash up the community. But the police seem to think that, right? It says they'll be using extra resources and working over the weekend to ensure public safety and order. It says anyone wants to report suspicious or criminal activity. It's just crazy. So people are writing in the comments, I don't understand the point of this post. Do the Nelson police think the OMGs will commit crimes while they're here? If so, what kind of crimes can we be on the lookout for? Will they differ in any way from regular crime? And why would you in advance if someone is going to commit a crime? I'm just asking. Why do you know in advance if someone's going to commit a crime? Somebody said. That's a great comment. Someone said, probably the safest weekend all summer. Definitely the place to be, because it'll be the safest weekend all summer. So you're going to chase outlaw bikers this weekend and back to scooters and e-bikes next weekend, you goofs. Oh, man. Bikers aren't the problem. The police are the problem. What are they doing wrong? They're having a bunch of fun. These are great comments. Leave them alone. They will leave you alone. Motorcycle clubs are not gangs. June 12th through the 14th is the safest Nelson will ever have been. They're motorcycle clubs, not gangs. They're probably just coming to have some food and hang out. Maybe one of their relatives is graduating. Most I've seen the cops do all year. Someone said Nelson's finest have activated multiple law enforcement agencies, intelligence networks, and extra weekend resources. Approximately 50 guys in vests might stop at 7-Eleven to get gas. 50 people. That's one rec hockey team, it says. Plus a ref. That's a lineup in Ellison on a Good Friday night. They mobilize what sounds like a small NATO operation for a group of middle-aged dudes whose biggest threat to the community is probably aggressive lane splitting and collective leather budget coordinated approach. It's just crazy that they even post shit like this. You know what I mean? It's very odd that they do that. It's kind of like they want to scare the public into thinking something bad's gonna happen. Watch out this weekend. Something bad's gonna happen. When we all know that nothing bad's gonna happen. Don't waste your time, Bill. With what? Makes me wonder what they did, bikers, and knew it. Makes me wonder what's wrong. They did to bikers and know it. Who knows? Busy, what's going on? Don't be a sucker dog. What? What are you talking about, man? Listen, be respectful in the chat, bro. We don't do that disrespectful shit over here. A cop was murdered in Toronto recently. I did see that. So if you guys didn't know, this Hells Angel member from Australia, he was arrested. Australia's most wanted bikie fugitive caught trying to flee Bali on a private jet with a stolen ID. Australia's most wanted bikie fugitive has been arrested while allegedly hiding in the toilet of a private jet due to take off from Bali. Angelo Padelli, 55, was accused of a large-scale drug operation, smuggling operation into the Australia, Belize police said. He was arrested at the international airport on a plane due to fly from Denspar. I can't pronounce this shit. To Maptu or some shit like that. Police said an Interpol notice alleges that he's an influential figure in a transnational serious organized crime network and a member of an outlaw motorcycle gang. He was deported on Wednesday night on Air Asia flight QZ420 in Denpasar to Adland, where he's placed on an Indonesia permanent immigration blacklist. Immigration officers were cleaning 4 passengers aboard the private jet on Saturday about 10 p.m. when they noticed irregularities in his passport. He had a Brazilian passport. Officers said that the man used another person's details for immigration officers and had no record of entry into Indonesia or could valid stay of permit. Authorities delayed his departure, but the group had already boarded the aircraft and was reportedly asked the pilot to take off. So they're like, just take off, just take off. He probably already gave him his fucking passport, right? And he's like, no, just take off, just take off. Don't worry about it. And he's already on the plane, so air traffic control stopped the plane and brought it back to the VIP terminal. So damn, they were close to getting off the ground, but air traffic control is not going to let it happen. They say one word and it makes the plane come back, you know. Padelli has been living in Dubai for a number of years. His location was unknown before his arrest at the Bali airport this week. He has never been charged with any offense and has no serious convictions. I mean, they treat this guy like he's a pretty serious criminal, right? But he's never been arrested and he's never been charged. They suggest he is involved in any wrongdoing. He's not involved in any wrongdoing. Belize officials allege that Padelli had evaded law enforcement for an extended period of time and attempted to leave the region using unlawfully obtained travel documents to escape jurisdiction and continue criminal activity outside of Australia. A AFP spokesperson confirmed to the news that they were aware that the 55-year-old Australian man had been deported from Bali after being detained by officials. The AFP continued to liaise with Indonesian authorities and another partner agencies regarding the man's travel and circumstances of his detention, they said. The remaining passenger crew and aircraft has been placed under a departure hold while inquiries continue. So they're not letting any of the other people leave. International authorities, including the United States Drug Enforcement Administration and the AFP, inspected the private jet. We firmly state that there is no place in Indonesia for fugitives or transnational criminals seeking refuge, said the head of the immigration office. This action is in line with the directive from the Directors General of Immigration under the spirit of Immigration for the People, which aims to protect the nation and serve the public. Oh, is that kind of like what they're doing in our country right now to try to protect the public? I mean, what the fuck? No, you don't want to just let these fucking people that don't belong here to stay here. There's no reason for it. They need to go. So anyway, let's get to the topic at hand. If you guys don't know, there's been a huge, and I heard that there was another huge bust in Australia with the Hells Angels, right? And there's two of them that have just happened. So one of them is up there in Canada. 7 arrested in alleged Hells Angel linked stolen car network. Police say it generated roughly $1.73 million in profits. Montreal police have broke up an alleged Hells Angel linked network that generated roughly $1.73 million by stealing vehicles from New Brunswick and disguising them in Quebec and reselling them through legal and illegal channels. 7 people were arrested Wednesday as part of a multi-agency operation led by the Montreal Police Services. Police say one of the suspects is a member of the Hells Angels and another is linked to the Jesters Northside Support Club. According to the investigators, the network altered and replaced vehicle identification numbers and created fraudulent documents that allowed stolen vehicles to be registered and sold. Some were allegedly reintroduced into the legal market through auctions, while others were sold directly to individuals. Police identified 25 stolen vehicles during the investigation, including 21 recovered in Quebec, Ontario, and the United States. Investigators also seized roughly $100,000 in cash, 2 devices supposedly used to manufacture fraudulent vehicle identification numbers. The suspects, 6 men, 1 woman, ranging from age 23 to 58, are expected to be released and will be required to appear in court at a later date, police said. So what do you guys think of this? I mean, that's a lot of fucking money for them to be making doing shit like that. So in New Zealand, it is said a global crackdown, 40 arrested, 145 charges laid in major Hells Angels operation across Australia and New Zealand in a sweeping transnational law enforcement operation targeting alleged members and associates of the Hells Angels. Has resulted in 40 arrests, 145 criminal charges across Australia and New Zealand, marking one of the most significant coordinated crackdowns in motorcycle club recent years. Authorities with both countries worked together in a large-scale investigation aimed to disrupting alleged organized crime activities linked to the club and its associates. Police executed multiple search warrants and seized evidence, arrested suspects accused of involvement in a range of criminal offenses. According to the investigators, the charges include allegations related to drug trafficking, firearms offenses, money laundering, violence, participation in organized criminal activity. Law enforcement agencies say the operation was designed to target not only individuals offending, but also the broader criminal networks allegedly operating behind the scenes. Officials described the investigation as a major example of international cooperation with intelligence sharing, coordinated law enforcement efforts, playing a key role in identifying suspects, gathering evidence. Operation underscores the increasing focus by authorities on transnational organized crime groups that operate across borders. Police had emphasized that investigations remain ongoing and additional arrests and charges could follow as evidence gathered during the raids continues to be analyzed. These materials are expected to assist investigators in mapping connections between criminal enterprises operating throughout Australia and New Zealand. This crackdown represents another major blow in outlaw motorcycle club networks in the region, where authorities have intensified their efforts in recent years to combat organized crime, illicit drug distribution, and firearms trafficking. So we'll see what happens with all of that. It seems like they are going after clubs a lot more in these other countries and in Canada. Hey, Wildcard, what's going on? Jaman, how have you been? Thank you for joining me today. Wildcard's one suspected member. Well, you guys need to be a suspected member of the members only group that I have. Make sure you join the group on YouTube. You will not regret it. I'm going to be uploading a bunch of videos today. Hey, what's going on, man? Bruce, how you doing? I got a lot of interviews dropping. You guys will you guys are gonna like these interviews. Don't shoot at me. I'm under surveillance. It seems like the cops won't do nothing anyway, even if you are under surveillance, right? People will still do it. The cops won't do shit. They'll just watch it happen. The Red Devils had a member pass away. That's terrible. I believe out of River City. Sending prayers to them. It's terrible when young people pass away. Let's see. So apparently, and you guys probably know more than I do, but another person has left Satan's Choice that was pretty close with Staxx. What month is your birthday? It just passed, Gatorade, May 21st. May. And apparently, I don't know if he started his own club, but this is one of the guys that went to Thailand with Harley. So this is the club, Kilmore Nation. I've never heard of them before. Dabs, right? The guy in the middle. He used to be Harley's boy. He used to be in Satan's Choice. Apparently, he's in this club now. Wasn't the guy on the right in Satan's Choice as well? Could have swore I seen him before with a Satan's Choice cut on. Staxx, you ever notice how Bloods and Crips are never mentioned in the mainstream Canadian news usually? Yeah, I do notice that. Toronto has Bloods and Crips for decades, same as Quebec, but they don't mention them, right? So I guess this is a new club, right? Kilmore. Who knows? Yeah, I haven't heard a lot about them. I mean, I heard about them in the past. Definitely heard about them in the past, but not recently. The only thing you hear about them is that dude Ice Pick Trammell, right? Ice Pick. He's with the BMF or something. The Blood Family Mafia. Listen, all the cops have to do is look online. All these dudes post pictures of weapons and all kinds of crazy shit online. I mean, I don't know if it's they're looking for attention. It's just crazy. You see these kids, they'll be sitting somewhere, right? And they'll be pulling all these weapons out, and then next thing you know, the cops surround them and just arrest them. There's tons of videos of that happening. Oh, it looks like another motorcycle crash that killed a rider out in Denver. Motorcycle rider killed after losing control and crashing into a curb on Gun Club Road in Aurora. Aurora, Colorado, a motorcyclist died overnight after crashing into a curb on Gun Club Road in Aurora. A spokesperson for the police department said the news release. The motorcyclist, whose identity has not been released, was going south on Gun Club Road when he lost control, slid across the roadway, and struck the curb near the intersection of East Louisiana Parkway. Police said the rider, who was killed on impact, was wearing a helmet at the time of the crash. So he crashed into the curb and it killed him instantly. He will be identified by the coroner's office once the family has been notified. The exact cause of the crash remains under investigation. Damn, so he slid off his bike and slid into a curb, and it killed him instantly, and he had his helmet on, so he must have been going fast, right? Another man was hurt. It says here, hey, Johnny Blaze, what's going on? Thank you for joining me today. It says another man was hospitalized after motorcycle strikes a deer in Royalton. A 60-year-old Little Falls man was hospitalized early Wednesday morning after his motorcycle was struck by a deer on the Highway 10 in Royalton. The Morris County Sheriff's Office said the crash was reported around 1:34 a.m. on June 10th on Highway 10 near 83rd Street, about 3 miles north of Royalton in Bellevue Township. According to the sheriff's office, the man was traveling north on Highway 10 when his motorcycle hit a deer. He was rushed to St. Gabriel's Hospital in Little Falls by the Mayo Clinic ambulance. The extent of his injuries were not released. I mean, that happens a lot where people hit deers. Coverage. Let's see. But make sure you guys be on the lookout for these interviews. I'm going to be dropping 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. every night. I drop interviews, so stay tuned for that. I really appreciate you guys. The new Hells Angels film will probably put 81 even more so, because in the media, but will never ever be good things they do. Never the good things they do. I report on it all, the good, the bad, the ugly. Listen, I try to show that these people are just people, man. They're not what the media tries to portray them to be. I've spoken to people from all the major clubs, and they're all pretty much the same types of individuals. They have families, they have jobs, they're good people. They talk respectful. Like, I've done videos in the past that they did not like, right? And I've spoken to them, and they were respectful about it. They weren't like all hostile and shit. It wasn't the way you would expect it to go. You can program code and see how blood's located in crypts. were looted in Crips. My name on Facebook is Bill Staxx. I mean, mainstream news, Staxx. Thank you, Keegan. Appreciate you. Hey, Cat XP, how you doing? But thank you guys for joining me. Stay tuned for the new interviews that are going to be dropping with the scary guy.
This is the scary guy, and I am chatting with Staxx. Staxx, baby.
And we got...
Hi, everybody. I am Alex Gold, and I am chatting with Staxx.
And let's see, tomorrow night we got an interview dropping with Gary Michaels, the world's only biker comedian hypnotist. Gary Michaels, he's funny as hell. He's a great guy. Stay tuned for that one Friday night at 10 o'clock. Then after that one wraps up, I got another interview with this guy, Scott Anthony. He went from Chicago street gangs to smuggling Cuban cigars. This dude has a great story, very charismatic person. Stay tuned for all of these interviews and more only on Chattin with Staxx. I appreciate all you guys taking the time to watch this show. If you like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother, sister's friend about Chattin with Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. I appreciate all you guys. And remember, don't be a bitch. Peace.
And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Let's take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged, and investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.